The most important thing in the AFC playoff race is what it's always been is how weak the AFC East is. Like, I think that is important to understand and to never forget, because while we're talking about how good Patrick Mahomes is, and I do think that he's probably going to win the West, he still has to contend with the Broncos, who are an up-and-coming team, the Chargers, who are loaded, and if they turn out to have a good quarterback, that could be a problem, and Oakland, a team, well, no longer Oakland, and the Raiders, who a lot of people believe are more talented than they've been in the past and are going to make a run here soon. And the same thing is true for Baltimore. They have to go up against the loaded Browns and also against that incredibly tough defense in Pittsburgh when they're bringing back Ben Roethlisberger. Those are tough ways to go. And so having that bye, even though there's only one left, having that bye is hugely important if there's only one team with a bye going forward, and that's the way the playoff structure will be. I think the Patriots have an opportunity to, despite not being the best team in the AFC, to being well-positioned to host a home playoff game and possibly be the number one seed going into the playoffs. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, and maybe it's some recency bias just being all excited about having Cam Newton there, but it feels like they were a quarterback away, and that special quarterback is, in this moment, could be Cam Newton.
No, listen, I don't disagree with what you're saying. Football is a game in which a bunch of men hit each other for 60 minutes, and in the end, New England wins. That's what happens, and Mike Tannenbaum has been living that all of his life, and so have I. We've got the sound back with Mr. T. Mike, quickly, let me come to you on a comparison to something that you did in 1998 and how well that worked out.
Greedy, no question about it. This is just like Vinny Testaverde, former #1 pick, former Heisman Trophy winner, for some reason is on the market in June. We signed him at the Jets to be the backup behind Glenn Foley. Glenn Foley starts the first 2 games. And what does Vinny Testaverde do? He leads us, as you remember, Greeny, to the AFC Championship game against the Denver Broncos. And then Vinny Testaverde is richly rewarded. And I see so many of the same comparisons. Cam Newton, former overall #1 pick, Heisman Trophy winner. For some reason, he's out there in June. And even if Stidham started on opening day, Cam Newton's going to play a ton this year. And the word I would use is he's investing in his future with Bill Belichick. I think it's a great, great move by Cam Newton for the next part of his career.
I do, too. How much of this, though, is based on our just sort of blind belief in Belichick, which he has earned with all that he has accomplished? Because Shefty told us no other team in the league wanted him. Here we are waxing rhapsodic about a move that makes the Patriots a Super Bowl team for a guy that Adam Schefter said basically 31 other teams weren't interested in. How much of this are we just giving Belichick the benefit of the doubt?
I think in part, but as you were alluding to earlier, Cam Newton's a great fit with these running backs in New England. They don't have great receivers, but this will be a totally different offense. Again, it'll be similar to what Josh McDaniels did with Tim Tebow in Denver back in 2010 and 11. They went to the playoffs, so I think it's really smart. Football is a game of chess played on grass. Bill Belichick will take the best pieces he has this year to put them in the best chance to be successful. So it's smart. The risk-reward for both sides makes a ton of sense. And now the AFC East is going to look totally different because New England will be much more difficult to defend with Newton than they would have been with Stidham.
Odell Beckham tweeting Cam Newton, you've been working, you deserve that. Jamal Adams tweeting, I salute Coach Bill Belichick for that. That's real. Congratulations, Cam. The McCourty twins simply posting 2 sets of eyes emojis. So the world is paying attention. Let's talk about it with Mina Kimes, who joins us this morning, and Domonique Foxworth is with us as well. And Mina, both you and Neek said way back in March the Patriots should sign Cam Newton. So when you saw they finally did it yesterday, what was your first thought?
I'm finally right about something, so I'm going to brag because I'm so rarely right about things. It's crazy because, Mike, it just seemed so obvious at the time, and it's bizarre that it took this long, but from a football perspective, I couldn't be more thrilled to watch this because I love the fit, precisely because New England doesn't require a fit. That's what's so great about this team. Everyone describes them as being rigid, but really their greatest strength is how malleable they are. Domonique knows Bill Belichick, one of the oldest coaches in the NFL, will change his defensive game plan week to week. On offense over the years, they've evolved, and I expect them to evolve and tailor this offense to Cam Newton's skill sets. I think we'll see a little bit of what they did with Jacoby Brissett, a little bit what we've seen in Baltimore with Lamar Jackson, and a lot of what you described at the top, what Cam Newton did in the beginning of 2018 under Norv Turner in Carolina when he was putting up some of the best numbers of his career. Quick passing game, misdirection, play action. New England can do all of that with him, and I think they'll be very successful.
So that begs, I guess we've jumped way ahead of this question, but is there any doubt in your mind that he is their starting quarterback, Mina, immediately? He walks in there, gets the ball, and they are now rebuilding the whole thing around him starting today.
Just health. I mean, I like no one else really knows the extent of his injury, whether he's fully recovered from that foot injury, which really was on display in 2019. But if he is healthy, it's a no-brainer. If he is healthy, even though the Patriots do not have excellent skill players, they lack speed at the position, he didn't have excellent skill players in Carolina and still succeeded with them. He's playing behind a better offensive line with a better defense in New England.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.